Okay, let's see if I can play good game. Play d4 for a change. So this is variety, right? Okay, the snake variation, which I've forgotten how to play against. So let's just try and, I don't know, knight g2, try and support c3 when the bishop goes to a5. It's trying to undermine e4. So I'm trying to hold up e4 in particular. So this knight coming here is an okay idea, I hope. So e4 is strengthened. Do I need to play something like h3 and then f4? Or is that too committal? He's going to play for b5, b4, so yeah, why not? Need to counteract his queenside play. So I want to try and, I don't know, e5 takes d6, bishop say a5, f5, knight moves to say f4. Or in fact bishop can go to b6, e5 might be premature. So he's kind of solid here. What about f5 anyway? So knight e5, bishop, then bishop f4, rook e8. Or in fact, bishop g5. In fact, that's a finesse of the position, isn't it? Because the bishop's over here, so bishop g5 should be more painful for black, I hope. So h6, bishop h4, otherwise knight h5 as well. That's a bit of a diabolical bishop for holding up f6. Okay, bit of a weakness. Provocation. So knight h5 here. Takes g6. Takes g6. Try that. Knight h5. Can I try and get the rook in? Like rook f4. Like here, because rook f4, you know, takes on f6, or just taking on f6 immediately. Is that too simple? Giving black too much of a chance to use the g file. Maybe rook. Yeah, rook f4. Swing that in. It takes the bishop. So one move away from rook h4, if that was useful. Okay. So maybe knight g7 and rook g4, or e5. Trying to open up this diagonal. Queen f3. Queen f3 might be good. Yeah. Queen f3. So bishop takes f6, g takes, queen g4, rook g8. There's nothing. What about rook g4 here? Rook g8, bishop f6, g takes. Again, nothing. Is black really that solid? What about e5 and knight e4 as an idea? So giving up e5, queen e5, queen f3. He's going to play queen e5 just to get rid of the knight. So is it time for knight f6 or bishop f6? Bishop f6. What's the point of the knight on h5? So e5, queen e5, bishop f6, gf. Isn't there knight e4 there? Because the knight's protecting the rook. I'll try that. So I'll try and get the other knight supporting f6 attack. So e5, trying to open up the diagonal. Queen e5, knight e4. And he's got bishop d8. Okay. So here, I don't know, rook g4. I'm getting knight e4 at least, or d6, knight e4 and d6. So So I'm threatening rook g7. Okay, so now I've been threatening knight f6. At 1 minute 20. Do I want to try and play queen f3 d6 on there? To try and use f6 and play bishop d8 d6. Knight takes d6. No, I'll have d6. Where's the queen going? That'd be winning on the spot, d6. Bishop d8 d6, surely. So this attack looks good on f6. Knight e3. Let's work out knight e3. Knight takes f6. King moves. Okay, d6. Let's try and get in on f6. Okay. I can just take, maybe come back to e4. In fact, rook g8 and queen g4 is dangerous as well. My knight will be on the e8 square, stopping the king's escape. So rook takes g8 and queen g4 is also. I don't want. Okay, let's not have rook h5. Let's try and get in the knight e4 again then. So hg knight e4. So I'm threatening also queen d7, knight f6. So queen moves. That just queen g4. Is there anything better than queen g4? Don't think so. Queen moves attacking that, then queen g5. Bishop takes knight f6, will be threatening queen h6 mate. There is queen d4 check, king moves to say h2. Oh, he's defending everything. Oops, I've only got a minute. Can I get a rook in again? Where's the rook go then? Like rook d1 takes d8, or I don't know. What about taking on e5? Bishop e4, just to try and use e4 to get the rook into h4. So bishop e4 takes, get the rook in over here. That's quicker. Just want to use e4. So rook c8 takes on c6, rook c6, rook e4. That's dangerous. And just getting rook h4. So a3, rook h4, menacing. Bishop f6, knight f6. There's queen g7, there's rook h4. This is a good attacking position. Can I fluff it up? I've got a minute now. He's catching up on the clock. a3, rook h4, ab, knight f4 is mating, rook and queen are mating. Okay, I'm actually ahead on the clock. It looks grim for black. Yep, he's resigned. So yes. So that was the snake variation with the idea of often bishop c7 to a5 to get pressure on e4. So I think this was okay what I did, especially this f5, which seemingly gives black big e5, but there's a property of the position. I think this bishop being on c7 means this diagonal is more sensitive to that pin. So now I think that was kind of thematic to try and get in knight e4. So queen e5, knight e4, I'm on f6. Rook's protected by the knight. So I think that was alright. The way this was played was okay. Please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.